It doesn't matter if your Dodge is throwing codes, shifting weird, or haunted by gremlins. You can reset it factory fresh for free. No dealer needed. I have seen trucks towed for simple glitches and reset fixes, while others save thousands. Today, 5 real mechanic methods to reset your Dodge free. Method 1, the battery disconnect reset, clears everything cheaply. Let's kick off with one of the simplest and most powerful resets you can do to fix your Dodge for free, which is the full battery disconnect. As I always say, a dead battery wakes up more computers than a dealer scan tool. If you've got a nagging check engine light, rough idle, or transmission acting possessed on an 8-speed RAM, this power cycle reboots the ECM, TCM, and every module like hitting Control Alt Delete on your truck. I can always tell when a Hemi RAM has been glitching from adaptive learning gone bad. The throttle hangs up on acceleration, or it hunts gears like it's drunk on bad moonshine. In fact, disconnecting the battery is your foundation for resetting stored faults, and it works on everything from 5.7 Hemis to 6.7 Cummins diesels. On older Hemi engines, this clears phantom lifter codes that make owners panic about a $4,000 top-end rebuild. I've done this on a 2012 Charger, where the owner swore the lifters were collapsed. Codes gone. Car smooth as silk after a 30-minute disconnect. Another time, a 2015 Ram 1500 with P0420 cat codes that wouldn't clear any other way. Battery off for an hour. Relearn drive, and the light stayed off for 50,000 miles. If you overlook this reset, you can end up with limp mode kicking in at the worst times, erratic shifting that grinds your clutches, false sensor readings throwing off fuel economy by 3 to 4 miles per gallon, and endless dealer trips that rack up $150 diagnostic fees each visit. Over time, bad adaptations from ignored glitches lead to unnecessary part swaps like $800 TIPM replacements on Rams, frustrated owners chasing shadows, and even catalytic converter damage from chronic misfires that melt the substrate. I had a guy with a 2016 Durango ignore throttle glitches for months. By the time he came in, he was throwing P0300 random misfire codes left and right, and he'd already replaced plugs twice. To prevent this nightmare, always start here before anything else. It's your first line of defense. Park safely on level ground away from traffic, pop the hood and secure it with the prop rod, and disconnect the negative battery cable with a 10mm wrench. Never touch the positive first, or you risk sparks in a short. Leave it off for 30 minutes minimum, up to an hour for stubborn modules like TCM on 8-speed and 9-speed transmissions. Press the brake pedal hard 10 to 15 times. Hit the horn a few long blasts, and even open close doors to drain those residual capacitors fully. Reconnect the cable snugly, but not over-tightened. Start up immediately without accessories on and drive 20 to 30 miles with varied speeds, city stops, highway pulls to 70 miles per hour, and idle time to let the ECM relearn fuel trims, idle speed, throttle position, and transmission shift points. It's completely free, takes about 45 to 60 minutes total, including the drive, and beats paying $150 for a computer check every time a light pops on. And remember, ignoring these resets is like letting your truck's brain stay fried while expecting smooth driving. Cheap neglect causes expensive tows, and I've seen too many $2,500 hook bills from simple oversights. Method number 2, key cycle reset. Dodge's hidden ignition trick. At number 2, do the key cycle reset. This is one thing most owners never even know exists or think is some internet myth. Modern Dodges, whether you've got a 5.7 Hemi, 6.4 Hemi, or even a diesel 6.7 Cummins store adaptive values in multiple modules that get corrupted from bad gas knocking sensors off, extreme heat cycles baking electronics, or sensor drift over 50,000 plus miles. Skip this on a Uconnect equipped Ram, and you might get that infamous throttle lag where it feels like you're driving with the parking brake on, or auto stop start freaking out that stresses your battery and drains it prematurely every commute. These cycles can save your sanity and prevent unnecessary $300 battery replacements that weren't even bad. I fixed stop-start glitches on 2020-plus Rams this way. No new battery needed, just 5 precise cycles and a relearn idle. If you ignore key cycles, you get stuck adaptations leading to hesitation on takeoff that scares passengers. Rough cold starts that sound like rod knock until warm, the Hemi tick getting louder from poor oil pressure adaptations, false lean codes tripping O2 sensors and lighting up the dash, or even TPMS warnings shutting off tire pressure alerts mid-highway. Skip it and your truck drives like it's half asleep, guzzling extra fuel at 2 miles per gallon worse, and wearing clutches from poor shift timing. One customer with the 2019 Charger came in complaining of surge under load. 5 key cycles later, butter smooth acceleration, and he saved $600 on unnecessary throttle body cleaning. To prevent any problems, make this part of your monthly maintenance ritual, like checking tire pressure. Sit in the cab with all doors closed and windows up. Insert the key into the ignition or for push button. Leave fob inside the truck away from buttons. Cycle to the on position. Dash lights up fully. No crank or start for exactly 10 seconds. Watch the odometer flicker, then turn off completely for 5 seconds. Repeat this on off pattern 5 full times without speeding up or slowing down. On the last turn to on, wait a full 30 to 60 seconds, watching for any module lights, flicker, or chimes. Then fire it up. Let it idle for 2 full minutes with the AC off and take a 10-mile test drive. Park with ignition fully off during the whole sequence to avoid interruptions. It's free, takes just 10 to 15 minutes, and resets throttle body adapts, idle air control, security modules, and even some ABS parameters without codes immediately flying back. While a missed cycle won't directly shatter pistons or warp heads, it causes uneven running that accelerates wear on piston rings, valves, and bearings over time. More importantly, dealers often demand these exact relearns before approving warranty claims, or even performing basic diagnostics. They won't touch it otherwise. Don't listen to those who say key cycles are myths or old wives' tales, because even carbureted old Dakotas from the 80s benefit from power-off resets to clear ECU memory. And I've seen it calm down erratic distributors on pre-OBD trucks that were surging like crazy. Method number 3, OBD-II module-specific resets, pro-level free fixes. I found that some owners waste hundreds on fancy scanners they don't need, but a $20 to $30 basic OBD-II reader with reset functions is one of the best free fixes for your Dodge. Cheaper gas for your wallet. Instead of generic code clears that let faults return like weeds, target modules that Dodge engineered to relearn on command, like throttle body position sensors, transmission adaptive shift tables, long-term fuel trims, or even ABS wheel speed sensors. When you reset exactly what the manufacturer allows with precise commands, you're matching factory tolerances, specs, and calibration data without the $200 dealer bill or their 4-hour labor minimum. If you don't use targeted resets, you risk chasing ghosts for months. Random misfires from bad idle learns that foul your plugs prematurely, gear hunting from TCM glitches wearing out $1,200 clutch packs early, the Hemi tick persisting from stuck MDS lifter adaptations, or ABS faults from dirty wheel speed. Data locking brakes on dry pavement. Some customers cheaped out and ignored pending codes, ending up with $4,000 lifter replacements on Hemis when it was just a throttle reset away. I've seen it repeatedly on 2011 through 2016. Rams where P0420 catalyst efficiency codes vanished post-fuel trim reset. No 2,500 new cats needed, just a 20-mile relearn drive. I've pulled cheap Bluetooth readers like Innova 3100, Blue Driver, or Fixed-D on 2015 to 2020 Hemis to clear P0300 misfire errors that disappeared completely after TCM relearn. No $5,000 engine rebuild. Disaster averted. When this fails because you skip targeted resets, you pay labor again and risk real lifter collapse, chewed up cam lobes, or even bent valves from MDS failures. If you own an 8-speed or 9-speed transmission Dodge from 2013 and up, don't even think about skipping TCM adaptive reset, unless you enjoy slipping into limp mode on the highway at 70 miles per hour with semis behind you. I fixed a 2018 Ram Laramie this way. Truck shifted like new. Owner was in tears of joy. So, make it a rule for all critical systems. Every 10,000 miles or after any glitch, grab a solid $30 reader like the Innova 5610 Blue Driver with app support, or even $20 Amazon Basics with bidirectional controls. Plug it into the OBD-II port under the dash near the steering column. Driver's side black trapezoid plug. Always read and note all codes first. Screenshot them on your phone with timestamps. Then navigate to Service Reset Adaptives /relearn or Module Init menus specific to your year. Select Throttle Body, super common on Hemis and Pentastars. Transmission adapts critical for 8-speed, 9-speed. Fuel trims for lean-rich issues or TPMS. Follow on-screen prompts exactly as Dodge sequences are picky. Drive specific relearn cycles after 20 miles mixed highway city with 5 full stops from 50 miles per hour. Highway pulls to redline in each gear and idle for 10 minutes. For throttle specifically, cycle the key 3 times post-reset while gently pumping the pedal 5 to 10 times without the engine running. The whole process takes 30 to 45 minutes plus drive time. For instance, a full throttle body and TCM reset costs nothing extra beyond the cheap reader you own forever, while ignoring it means $400 in unnecessary intake cleaning, $1,500 transdiagnostics, or $2,000 in clutches. Spending zero now on these pro-level relearns is smart insurance that pays dividends for 100,000 miles. One of the common myths in Dodge repairs is that cheap scanners can't reset modern modules. The right ones fix ECM parameters, TCM shift maps, PCM oil life monitors, TPMS thresholds, and even EVAP systems readiness for emissions. Dealers hate admitting it because it cuts their reprogramming revenue. Method number 4, fuse and relay reset. Secret electrical refresh. This is method number 4. And it's one of the most underrated free fixes I swear by. The fuse and relay pull reset for stubborn Dodge gremlins that won't quit after battery disconnects or key cycles. Modern Dodges, especially 2007 to 2016 models with that infamous TIPM, totally integrated power module, store voltage spikes and corrupted relay triggers that lock modules into fault loops. These faults survive battery resets because capacitors in individual fuses and relays hold phantom power for days, weeks even. I've reset TIPMs on Rams where fuel pump relays clicked non-stop, draining batteries overnight and causing no start conditions that looked like dead fuel pumps. Pulled fuse number 11, the fuel pump relay fuse, for 20 minutes. Truck fired right up. No $400 TIPM replacement needed. Another time, a 2014 Durango with wipers running on their own. Pulled wiper relay number 18 for 15 minutes. Problem solved. Owner thought the whole module was fried. If you ignore fuse resets, a bad PCM fuse loop today turns into fried injectors from erratic fuel pressure spikes, ABS module death locking all 4 wheels on turns, TIPM failure causing total electrical meltdown and $800 replacements, or cat damaging lean misfires from skewed MAP sensor data tomorrow. Overlooked relay chatter can overheat wiring harnesses leading to shorts, melted insulation, and $3,000 plus dash cluster or full harness swaps that sideline your truck for weeks. So when the dash acts, possessed, or you hear unusual clicks from under hood, grab your owner's manual, glove box diagram, or Mopar app for the exact fuse layout. Under the hood, integrated power module, or driver kick panel, interior fuse center. Start with ECM PCM fuse, number 12 on most 2009 plus Rams, number 27 on Durangos, number 19 on Chargers. Pull it gently with pliers or the plastic fuse puller tool for 15 to 20 minutes minimum. Longer for TIPM issues. Do relays too, like fuel pump, number 11, common killer, starter solenoid, ABS pump, or trailer tow. Wiggle them out firmly, inspect for burn marks, pitting, or oil residue. Clean contacts with electrical contact cleaner, and a brass brush if needed. Reinstall firmly in clean slots. Cycle the key 3 to 5 times per method number 2. Then take a 15-mile test drive monitoring the dash for returns. The whole job takes 20 to 30 minutes. Zero cost beyond a $5 spare fuse if one's blown. If you're not comfy with diagrams, any mechanic folds it into a $100 diagnostic hour without batting an eye. Let's say you spend zero on this targeted reset that I've done thousands of times. Wait for the cascade and it's $1,500 plus for modules, wiring harnesses, or full electrical gremlins that leave you stranded. I've saved dozens this way. Simple, effective, no BS, and it works on everything from 90s Dakotas to 2025 Rams. Method number 5, Uconnect and Dodge app deep resets. Modern free overhauls. At number 5, I always push the Uconnect and Dodge app resets to fully refresh your Dodge and fix glitches for free. Don't sleep on digital maintenance. You've got 3 gremlins to crush: outdated software bugs from missed OTAs, loaded cached settings clogging memory, and module drift from summer heat voltage swings, frying logic boards. Uconnect screens on Hemi RAMs hoard bad data like junk mail in a hoarder's garage overflowing with trash. I've wiped dozens where nav froze mid-route to a job site, killing remote start or 360-degree camera dead. Scoped one on a 2020 RAM Rebel cache so full it mimicked a dead BCM with error codes popping constantly. On 2016 Dodges with Uconnect 4 to 5 or later, apps and modules start fighting after 20,000 miles of updates piling up. Dirty cache means Bluetooth calls drop mid-sentence. OTA updates fail silently and brick features. Or ADAS lane, keeping beeps nonstop from bad camera calibration data. I had a guy bring in a 2021 Ram, where garage mode wouldn't clear after parking overnight. Turned out to be a bloated Uconnect cache blocking module sync with the cloud. Another 2022 Durango owner fought Android auto pairing issues for months. Full master reset fixed it in 10 minutes flat. No dealer trip. If your Dodge is modern with connected tech like Uconnect remote services, sync drift causes nav reroutes to non-existent addresses. Phone pairing fails, stranding Android Auto CarPlay, or false ADAS warnings disabling adaptive cruise and emergency braking. No basic menu tweak on Earth clears it fully. Ignoring it leads to dealer $300 reprograms that take all day or $1,200 infotainment head unit swaps. Tank cleaners or fuel additives won't touch this. It's pure digital sludge. To prevent total meltdown, fire up the Uconnect app first on your phone if your Dodge has it. Log in with your VIN registered. Park in a garage with strong Wi-Fi for best OTA. Check for software updates under Vehicle tab. Engine, trans, Uconnect all separate and install them parked overnight. Truck handles reboot automatically. Force a remote vehicle reboot if available in advanced settings. Powers down all modules remotely. Then dive into the Uconnect menu on the screen. Settings, System, Factory Reset. Pick all settings or full nuke to erase everything. It warns and confirms twice. Takes 5 to 10 minutes as it wipes to factory fresh faster than dealer IDS tool. Pair phone's USB fresh post reset via Bluetooth setup. Recalibrate 360 cameras and lane sensors with a test drive if equipped. Follow on-screen parking lot dance. For nuclear option on stubborn glitches, follow immediately with battery disconnect from method number 1. Do this quarterly after any OTA fails or at 20,000-mile intervals. Inspect logs. Check Uconnect vehicle health history or diagnostic menu. If you're unsure how to, pro shops charge $150 to $250, but you can DIY free with zero risk. A full Uconnect reset costs $0 every 6 months and keeps your truck future-proofed, while a pro wipe runs $200 to $400 plus wait times. Do nothing and spend $800 plus on module faults, BCM replacements, TIPM nightmares, or infotainment headaches that kill daily driver usability. If you're finding this helpful so far, smash that like button now. It helps the channel a ton and gets this info out to more Dodge owners. Do these 5 resets religiously every few months, and your Dodge will run like new off the lot, while others tow theirs to the scrapyard or dealer black hole. If you want more real advice for Dodge owners straight from the trenches, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell and check out my next video where I share the worst Dodge engines you can buy and what to do if you own one. Trust me, you'll wish you saw it sooner.